Alright, what's going on everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. This is Patty with fc.explained, and today's video is going to be centered around how to build up like an Elite Division player, Div 1 player, just a high-level FC26 player, right? So, I'm starting on the tactics board because the first concept I want to introduce when talking about building up is spacing, right? And I think the biggest factor is just when you win the ball back, where is the space? Because when you win the ball back, the first thing you would want to do is find the open space, okay? So let's say you get the ball with your center back, right? Let's say you guys are defending. Personally, what I do is I like to go wide. So depending on what side of the pitch I'm on, if I'm in the left side, I'll go to the left back. If I'm on the right side, I'll go to the right back. Or sometimes if I win with the left back and it's very condensed on the left side, I'll do a big switch, right? And vice versa, do a big switch. The point is, I'm just trying to get the ball to where space is, right? So let's say I get it out to my right back. Then I'm going to wait. I'll usually just wait a little bit just for some pressure. And then I'll just play around, right? So usually I'll just go either use the triangles, like I've said before, or I'll just trigger runs. That's a big one. So if, let's say, if I trigger a run and I realize that they're running too far away from me, then I'll call them back. The point is, I use the triggers to have the winger occupy the space that I want them to, or the midfielder to occupy the space I want them to, right? I basically just have them trigger, come short, trigger, come short. Like I'll spam between the two almost, just so they stay here, and then I can get them the ball. But the biggest thing, so we build up, right? We go wide, get the ball to our, let's say we try to get the ball to our CDM, right? After that, immediately we'll trigger this winger. Then I'll try to get the ball to my cam and then my striker, and then usually go for a first time through ball. As ratty as it is probably the most effective way to get open in this game, or at the very least, gauge how well your opponent can actually defend. And if they track the run early, you take the space they give them, etc. Right? So I have some clips that I'm gonna show just to demonstrate how I'm taking space, so it's not just tactics board the whole time. And yeah, we'll get right into the first one. Okay, so here's the first clip we got right here. So I win the ball back. Again, look, looking straight to the wing, finding that space early, call my striker short, and then I play that through ball into my winger again. Stop, and I trigger Wilson, so she just takes the space. Now, a lot of people will mistime this pass because obviously people tell you don't play a pass into a player that's running forward because if you give it to her too late, her momentum carries and it will tackle or she'll get tackled by the defender. That's true if you play the ball too late. If you play it when she's here, by the time this ball travels to around the spot, she's here, but you already have control over her, so you can maneuver the striker a lot better and just find an effort pass, etc. Right? So look, play it too early. I have that space. Do a drag back fake, whatever. Right? Just shimmies, trying to make him guess. Get a little lucky that it goes through Courtois' legs, but again, right? The main point is the build up. So we win the ball back immediately. Look at the mini map. I have space, right? I can't play my cam right away because that passing lane's covered, but I just play into space, right? We're just trying to get the ball up quick to make him switch to his back line. If we have a chance where we can skip the entire process of trying to build through his CDMs and just get straight to where we're attacking his back line, that's perfect because we want him to have to drag defenders or just manually control these guys so he has more chance of making errors, okay? So look, get it with my cam again, right? Trigger my winger. I try to trigger him as early as possible. So usually when I get the ball with my winger and I play this pass, look, you guys can see in a second. Get the controller. You guys can see, right? L1 X pass because I want him running immediately. So I do that L1 X pass just so Leao will take off, time it, time it, time it, play him through. He's lengthy, so I know that I have to just wait a little for him to get his acceleration. Do a little shimmy again. He's jogging. He's trying to protect this pass to Zizou, right? So he knows I want to go up, make him fake again, go for the finish. Again, it's a lucky goal, but the point is that got us open, right? Because the whole point of building up is we just want, especially in this position, we just want a 1v1. I've said this countless times, and I'll keep saying it countless times, until EA fixes this defending to where you can actually defend manually. Getting your player, specifically your striker or winger or whoever, just one of your front three in a 1v1 will be the best way to score in this game, period. So look, just trying to get a 1v1. Now it's a 1v1. This is exactly what I want. So look, I'm making him think, making him guess, doing just little fakes. You don't have to do skills here. Like I said, I did the drag back fake because, I like doing it. It's an effective skill and I know how to use it. But you don't have to. You could easily just do left stick or analog sprint, right? So again, just getting open and yeah, pretty much just building up into space, trying to hit the striker or just getting players that are close to the back line of your opponent as soon as possible, and then using the wing or wherever he gives you, right? And that's pretty much it. So that's it for this one, and I'll move on to the next clip. Okay, so in this clip, as you guys can see, look, so we win the ball back. Same thing, right? Again, same principle. Get it to my cam, striker. This time, the space is more in the middle than the wing, just because if you can get the ball to the striker first, it's usually more favorable, just because, especially on this type of situation where we won the ball back and it's a counter, we just want to get the ball up as fast as possible. Again, same thing. Get the ball to the wing, not forcing anything. That's another thing. You don't want to force it, right? We want to go forward, but we don't want to force it forward because that leads to us losing the ball again. And there's pretty much no point in attacking if every time you're just going to force it and lose the ball, right? So again, look, just patient, patient. I'm just passing it around, trying to feel out my options, right? Doing little shimmies, trying to get open, find it. Same thing. A little shape. And yeah, just going for the shimmy. So same principle applies here, okay? We win the ball back, and immediately I have the space here. This gap here is wide open. So I know I want to attack it as soon as possible because his defensive shape is completely out of whack. So I want to take advantage of that. So get it there, get it straight to the striker, into that pocket, and now we're on his back line already. He tries to bring his CDMs back, and he does a decent job of it. I'll give him it, right, getting that set up, but I think he's a bit too aggressive here, especially here. I don't think you need to do anything. I think I would rather press with the winger, but because obviously this is exactly what you want to avoid, right? Or for our case, it's exactly what we want. We want to build up and just try to get a 1v1 specifically in his box. If we get a 1v1 in his box, it's pretty much game over. This guy just needs to pray that he can just guess right. So, again, same thing, just shimmy, and we get the goal. So that's it for this one, and I'll move on to the last clip. All right, so for the final clip, we win the ball back, and same thing. I noticed my striker has a lot of space, so I try to find her as soon as possible. Play this through ball. You could argue it's a little lucky it goes through, but same thing, right? We're just trying to take advantage of where this game is playing. And this one I used the one more pretty easily. I don't know, to be honest, okay? I don't know if he means to switch to his right back here. If he does, that is probably the craziest read I have ever seen. And he still somehow screwed it up. But if he didn't, then obviously, that's just a bit lucky. He switched to the right player. My favorite thing to do, and this is something I want you guys to try to do as well. My favorite thing to do, especially when I'm going to the wing and then building back up through the middle, I don't like to just do one pass touch play. I love doing a first time playing to the cam and then going up to the winger because it's a lot harder to read and it's a lot easier to catch your opponent's momentum going down to cover the players in the box. It's super effective, right? I literally do it perfectly here. I catch him off guard. Let's say he did make this switch on purpose. He doesn't expect me to go up here, right? I want to kill his momentum. I know his momentum's down. I know he probably expects me to go into this little gap right here and probably go for a finesse near post. So I take advantage of that, take my first touch up, and we get a low driven, and we get the goal. So key principles, right? If we go back to the tactics board here, when we get the ball, the first thing you should try to do is, especially let's say you get the ball with your back line, get it to your CDM and just trigger your winger and then try to go for the first time through ball. If you know that's not on, then wait, watch how your opponent defends. If he immediately switches to the fullback and starts tracking it, good. You know now that you can attack this space where he's running to, or you can try to find your cam and then your striker, and this is what I personally do, find the striker and then drive down into the space that's opened up by him having to track this run, right? Because then you can trigger the cam to follow in, more space opens up. Winger's probably already by here. You can trigger the winger short to come in as a passing option, and then just start building up with 1-2s, triggers, etc. Right? The point is, it's really easy to skip the CDMs when he's focused on this run right here, because he's not controlling these guys to pull them back, right? And the AI is decent, so the AI will sometimes come back all the way, but it's a lot more difficult for him to track this run and pull a CDMs back. I've seen comments on my videos, right, where I talk about player switching, and it's very true. You cannot control everyone at once. So when we're building up, we want to take advantage of the fact that your opponent has that handicap, right? As everyone does. He can't control everyone. So we try to concentrate his focus onto one player and then abuse a different strategy using the other players we have that aren't close to the players that he's controlling, right? But that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys would like more personalized one-on-one coaching, make sure to join the Discord down below. It's a free community. You guys can get free sessions from me one-on-one, usually about an hour. If you guys like it too, you can sign up for the premium program where it's a lot more personalized. I'll review clips that you guys send me, so if I can't live call with you guys, I can just view the clips and basically do what I'm doing now with my own, but they'll be with yours instead. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.